Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls. So I mentioned we would be going to the Catacombs in this area, or in this video, and that's exactly how that shit's gonna go down. So we are gonna run to the graveyard, which is where I advise new players not to go at the beginning of the game, and you can see why. This is very much a late game area. Let's see what these messages say. Try striking. Yeah, that's pretty good advice, to be honest with you. But these skeletons are going to seem like kind of a joke now. I promise you, at the start of the game, they are no joke. We just two-hit them all basically to death. Actually, we could probably one-hit them depending on what weapon we were using and whether or not we were two-handing it, but, you know, better safe than sorry. These guys still do hit kind of hard, I suppose. When I first started playing the game, I just tried to kick these guys off the edge. That was the only way I knew how to do things. And it actually worked out pretty well. You're able to farm souls here at a relatively low level. But I'm not a huge fan of farming souls, so I prefer to just, you know, play the game straight, let's put it that way. Now, before we go down to the Catacombs, we're going to clear out this graveyard, because there's a lot of really good items that we're going to pick up. Now, these giant skeletons might look scary, but hopefully they aren't that scary, because we actually have to fight about 1,000 of them once we get down into the Tomb of the Giants. There's the winged spear, and it is one of those weapons, kind of like the Drake's sword or the lightning spear, that is considered a very good weapon for new players, particularly early in the game. We don't need it now because we've already upgraded our weapons fairly well, although I know a lot of people are not happy with the path that I've taken. Oh well, this is how it's going to go down. I really like the way that sunlight shield looks, particularly when it's on your back. Cut this guy down with 2 hits. The giant skeleton went down very easily, actually. We get the Zweihänder. I hope my pronunciation is correct on that. Basically, that is a greatsword, which requires way more strength than I have right now. I believe it requires 16 strength, and I probably only have like 11. Let me check, actually. I've got 14, so I could wield it, I believe, in 2 more levels. I'm not sure if that would require 2 hands, though. We've got some binoculars, which are largely useless to us right now, but that is an item that you can actually start the game with. Yeah, it's cool. You can see like a city down there. I'm not sure what that city is, though. Definitely not on Deadburg, because that's up the other way. Usually if you can see something in the game, it has some kind of significance, but maybe this is just for show. Or maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. Feel free to speculate. Again, if you're into the lore, which is basically what I just talked about, sort of right there, well not really, but a little bit. Definitely check out Epic Name Bro. His series on Dark Souls lore is superb. I normally don't say that about a lot of YouTube series, but he's really knocking it out of the park with that. We are going to go with our Divine Morning Star plus 5 and head down into the Catacombs. And hopefully the lighting in this area is pretty good. If not, I'll have to do some post-processing. But the Sunlight Maggots should at least illuminate things fairly well. First, we got a skeleton. How much damage we do? 66. Not that good, but whatever. We killed him anyway. Now, there should be some flaming heads, like the ones we saw in the Abyss. Yeah, you can sort of catch a glimpse of them down there in the bottom. These guys are going to explode and piss me off. Basically, ad infinitum throughout this video. But the Catacombs largely are not that difficult if you choose to do them when I'm doing them. A lot of people do them a little bit earlier in the game because you do get a very useful item upon completion of the Catacombs. Really have no business taking damage there. Oh well. But I prefer to do them right now because it's a little bit easier. The one thing we are introduced to here that's a total pain in the ass is BONEWHEEL skeletons, but you'll see those when we come to them. I'll probably just run past them because, you know, nobody likes BONEWHEEL skeletons. I thought there was another skeleton here that I had to worry about. Oh, there's a couple over here, okay. Let's two-hand our weapon. Oh, one two-handed R2 is enough to kill them, actually. That was a pretty cool attack there, bro. Except for the fact that you completely died. Now, we will enter into this next area, and it'll kind of explain the gimmick of the Catacombs, I believe. Oh, no, we got one more area to go before we get to that. First, we'll cut down the skeleton with our two-handed mace. These guys telegraph their attacks fairly easily, so it's relatively safe to two-hand your weapon against them. But if you get a lot of them, you probably want to keep your shield up, because they do inflict bleed damage. So as we come down here, you'll see this asshole. This is a necromancer. If you're not going to use a divine weapon, you got to kill these guys as fast as possible, because these are the guys that allow the skeletons to respawn. So we'll rest of this bonfire. We don't have to kindle, because I still have 10 Estus flasks, which is nice. And hopefully I won't die before we get to the next bonfire, but you know, never say never. This is another area where we're going to have to use switches pretty prodigiously. to get from area to area. So this is going to open that wall that we couldn't get out of before. So let's make our way up to the next area here. I can maintain this humanity, which is nice. These guys are going to respawn, but that's just because I went to the bonfire. It's not because it's not because I didn't kill them before. Enemies always respawn when you go to the bonfire. These guys would respawn without the bonfire if I hadn't equipped my divine weapon. The Morning Star is not doing as much damage as I hoped it would. It probably scales with strength, which is a problem considering I don't use strength at all, basically. As you can see, I've maintained relatively low strength throughout the entire game. But that's okay. We're only going to use it for this one area. Now we have to watch out because this necromancer over here is probably, yeah, trying to shoot fireballs at us. So we should try to avoid those. Basically the way I'm going to do it is just by drawing these guys up here where we're on such an angle that the rocks will actually block the fireballs from hitting me. And we're not going to two-hand our weapon here because it seems a little bit too dangerous against those two guys. Now we probably can get away with it. Takes a while for that two-handed mace or two-handed Morningstar attack to come through, but when it does, hits like a ton of bricks, doesn't it? So we have no items over here, so we're going to cross this bridge. You can see that fog gate. I'm not sure if we ever actually make it down to that. Necromancer's going to run away. Again, that's a bigger deal if you're not using a divine weapon. I can basically afford to let him get away and chase him throughout the level and just murder the skeletons along the way. I'm coming for you soon, Archer. Don't worry about it. Skeletons have pretty cool attack animations. Like, they kind of abuse their dexterity or their lack of weight, I suppose would be a better explanation for it. Necromancer's still throwing fireballs at me. Don't do that, dude. I'm trying to murder everything in your life's work. Alright, they're dead. Let's get rid of this shoddy camera. Give myself control over it again. Alright, Necromancer's probably run up here. Yep. My one-handed R2 doesn't quite kill them, which sucks, but oh well. It does dismantle them, which is also effective. Should have another skeleton to deal with here. Another two skeletons, but this guy's gonna die in a second. How about this guy right here? He might be using the Zweihander, actually. Zweihander? I don't know. I don't use those great swords. I'm more of I'm a dexterity type guy. Another guy here. Just chop him down. Zweihander is extremely popular in PvP, by the way. That sword that we picked up in the graveyard. Very common to see that enchanted with lightning. I believe this is the right way to go, but things are a little bit mazy down here. Yeah, there's our Necromancer. I want to deal with the skeleton first, but oh well. This works too. Man, I really like the attack animation on that Morningstar. Oh, where did you come from? Asshole. Okay, we'll just get him to kind of start an attack towards me. Hopefully I'll be able to chop him down. There we go. More like a bash him down. It's not a chop anymore. Bashing weapons have their place. And we do have some kind of soul item here. Or not a soul item, just a consumable. Not a consumable, actually. It's a falchion. Falchion. I know people corrected my pronunciation on this, but I can't remember if it's falchion or falchion. Whatever. I'm not going to use it. Let's put it that way. So we'll wait for these exploding heads to come to me, because I don't want to get blown off the edge when they do choose to explode. And if I take a little bit of damage, it's not the end of the world. I gotta goad them, I think. Oh god, I forgot about the spikes that come out from the statues. The good news is those don't do a lot of damage, so I basically don't worry about them too much. Takes off a lot of stamina, but that's okay. Wait for these other exploding heads to come in here. Pretty creepy enemy, but, you know, not that difficult in the whole scheme of things. Ah, damn it, I got aggro from the skeleton. Alright, we'll continue this charade. Where are you anyway? Hey, come in here. I know you can see me, despite that you don't have eyeballs. Okay, go for a big attack. Bash his skull in, which is pretty bad for a skeleton. We get a scimitar, which of course is the weapon that we were using basically at the beginning of the game, so we don't want to bother with that right now. You can see this bridge. This is where we want to go, but currently inaccessible because of those, you know, enormous spikes. Try to get this guy to explode. Block his attack. It does knock us back a great distance, though. Now let's get this guy to explode. Fantastic. Probably should not have gone for the attack there, but it all worked out in the end. All's well that ends well, I suppose. Just continue bashing our way through these guys. Thought there was one more skeleton down here. There is. Okay. Just avoid his attacks. Much easier than shielding, and we don't lose any stamina for that, which is great. There should be a lever down here, which we will push in, which will allow us to cross that bridge that was previously inaccessible. Catacombs, pretty cool area. Not as popular for PvP. Is there? I thought that was a soul item I could pick up here, or some item. Ah, Soul of a Proud Knight, excellent. Not as popular for PvP, but probably one of the more popular late game areas for PvP, particularly because of these bridges. So you can kind of trick people to standing on the bridge to... what was up with the tense on that sentence? You can trick people into standing on the bridge, and then you can, like, turn the bridge and cause them to fall off, which is pretty neat. So we got 2 skeletons and a necromancer here. Prefer to move across... oh god, that was stupid. Prefer to get them across into this area so that I can just take them out one by one. Or at least 2 by 1, so I don't have to deal with the necromancer all the time. Being able to bash the skeletons down so they actually lose their form is really useful, as you might expect. Is he dead? No, but there's another soul item I can pick up here, kick him in the back, and then puncture his ribs. Fine by me. I did pick up a humanity at some point. That's probably from killing enemies within the area. Guess we'll just go to town on this necromancer now. We don't really have to worry about his crew of flunkies. We do still take some fire damage, though. Oh well. I've never actually seen a backstab with a Morningstar. I'm not sure you can do it. Well, he's not dead yet. Why don't we try it out? This is not a good place for this to happen. We'll just kill him, Estus up, and get ready to move on. I think we do have a bonfire fairly shortly. What's going on in this room? Bug ahead. Oh god! I've never seen that before. Oh, there's chaos lizards. That guy's a genius. Okay, destroy. At least get one of them. I do so little damage with this Morningstar on these guys. Twinkling Titanite times 2. Okay, that allows me to upgrade my Silver Knight armor anyway. And probably Solaire's armor as well. Alright, that was cool. This must be like an illusory wall then? Or it's a ladder, okay. Same difference. Illusory wall, ladder, tomato, tomato. That's the first time I've ever been down there. That's pretty cool. Now I don't know where we are. At all, in fact. Illusory wall? Is there a second ladder? Oh my god! Okay, I guess I'm back at that lever that I pushed in. Well, that was frightening anyway. But we did get some Twinkling Titanite out of it. That's a good pickup. Again, that's those sell for 8,000 souls each. So we saved ourselves either some significant farming in an area that's not easy to farm, the clams in front of Seat the Scaleless, or we got ourselves, 16,000 soul value, which is pretty nice. Just gonna come in here, basically murder the skeletons as they come. We are in danger of being overrun here, so we're gonna have to keep a close eye out to make sure that we don't get rampaged by these skeletons. It's important for me to use my camera effectively as well, because I obviously have my sound off when I'm playing. I think I mentioned this, but the meter that these skeletons fill up is actually your bleed meter, so you gotta be a little bit cautious about that. I think bleed takes off 50% of your health when it fills up your meter. Now this guy is definitely gonna poke out at me. I can still get that Soul of a Proud Knight. Not that valuable, but it's okay. I guess this is what is going to move when we pull the next lever, but I can't remember where that is actually. Got a few more skeletons to deal with in here. I really can't express how much easier these areas are when you're using a divine weapon as opposed to just like a regular weapon. Imagine trying to like scout these areas, but the skeletons constantly respawn. You're just gonna end up trapped in a corner. Now make sure I'm not missing a lever in here. Okay. Touch bloodstain. Yeah, sure. Let's see. Well, I don't need to touch the bloodstain. I can guarantee you I know exactly how that guy died, if he did die there. He got overrun by skeletons. It's the only way, essentially. Cut down this guy. Shield up, because we should have some more guys coming after us right now. I thought I saw some more skeletons on the stairs. Perhaps not. There is our lever right there. So we'll push that in. I'm not sure with that. Then it must open up something back here. I think I've mentioned that that's where it'll open up. But I don't think it's a mandatory area. This is the area right here that it opened up. Cool. Also frightening. What do we have down here? Perhaps a bonfire, which would be nice for me. Where are we now? Okay, I gotta find a way to rotate that bridge. I don't have to, but I could. Let's put it that way. I do believe we have a bonfire coming up. That looks like an illusory wall, doesn't it? Play enough Dark Souls, you can just tell. Also, I've beaten the game before and probably noticed that illusory wall before. Okay, so we do have a bonfire. Let's pop this open. We will reverse humanity. Reverse hollowing, sorry. And we might as well kindle it because it's nice to have 10 Estus flasks. We're actually getting fairly close to the boss in this area. And the boss in this area is a joke. I know people like to joke in the comments that I say every boss is one of the hardest bosses in the game. This boss is not one of the hardest bosses in the game. This is almost certainly the easiest boss in the game. I've never died against him. I'm not sure I've ever been hit against him. So we're going to walk back down this area right here. Take a... Solaire's shield seems to actually block like all of the damage that we take. Which is awesome. From those statues, of course, is what I mean. Now, what happens if we... Oh, God! I hate this area. I'm just trying to look down here and see where that staircase leads to. It looks like certain death. There's like a soul consumable item down there, too, though. Alright. We're going to come back in through here. We'll probably have to fight some skeletons. That's fine. Par for the course, really, isn't it? One down. Digging this R2 attack in the Morning Star. It's a shame that I'll absolutely never use this weapon again after we get into the next area. Another skeleton. Most of these guys will probably just fall off the edge if I don't mess with them. But this guy's getting a little too close for comfort, so we'll bash him in. I think we do have a cutscene coming up very soon. Have I been in here? I have been in here. That was where the lever was. Now, I believe I am just going to jump down here, and I will probably survive. Okay, I'm going to take some damage, but I'll survive. Let's put it that way. There's probably a better way to get down than the way I'm using right now. But this is the way I know, the way I love. So let's... No, we'll risk it. Hurts like a motherfucker. Okay, we are going to get a cutscene here in a second. So I'll drop down and enjoy.
Be gone with you. You'll spoil my focus.
Alright, so first we have to watch out for a skeleton, because I believe there is one incoming. Let's put it that way. Maybe not. Where was that hole that he blew open? There we go. Okay, looks like we're safe. So this is Blacksmith Vamos. We'll talk to him for a second. His voice is, like, super fucked up. I think From Software did a really bad job with that, sadly.
Need some smithing, then produce me some wares.
So we can use him to modify our equipment, reinforce, repair. We might as well repair because we're down here. And I don't have a repair box, I believe. We can also talk to him, but he doesn't really want to talk that much. He is the blacksmith that we would use to upgrade chaos weapons, fire weapons, and I believe one other type of weapon that I can't recall. But I don't have either of those embers right now. Okay, the area that we're entering is called, well, it's called Fuck You Player, basically. We're going to run into enemies called BONEWHEEL skeletons, which are essentially just... Oh, well, there's one right there. Let's see him. Basically, these guys just rape your stamina meter, and then after that, they turn and rape your health. So what we're going to do is, I guess, kill this one and get this BONEWHEEL shield stuck to us. And then we're going to run for our fucking lives. Because they are the scariest assholes in the entire game. And we're going to try to dodge them. Oh, God! Never possible. We're going to try to dodge them. But basically, I'm just running to the boss fog wall right here because they can't follow me in. But they're coming for me. Oh, my God! It hurts. It hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. BONEWHEEL skeletons, I hate you. Okay, so I died, lost my humanity, that's fine. It's very quick for me to get back to my bloodstain. Man, those guys are a pain in the dick hole. Okay, we'll leave our bonfire. Oh, it's kind of a long trip back. That sucks. Oh, well. How should I deal with those BONEWHEEL skeletons? Maybe I should try to draw them out one by one and use pyromancy. I hate those guys, man. My first... Oh, I thought that wall was blocked off this time. was like, oh, I guess my character's just broken then. First time I fought those guys, I had seen like a lot of discourse online about how BONEWHEEL skeletons suck dick. I was like, I saw them and I was a little bit scared, and then I just murdered them really easily. It was like, this isn't bad at all. Every time since, the game has punished me for my hubris. And basically been like, oh, you know, you don't think BONEWHEEL skeletons are that hard. Well, how about you go fuck yourself, because they're about to kill you dead. That's probably where the skeletons come from, actually. They fall down here. It's okay. It's going to hurt like a bitch, but we're going to be able to make our way down without dying. Might as well heal before I go down. What is that guy doing? Plunging attack with a Morning Star. Works every single time, right? Might have one more skeleton down here to worry about. Yeah, you know what? Let's try drawing these BONEWHEEL skeletons out one by one. And doing, and just taking them out, really. I think he sees me, but I can't see him, and that frightens me. I just see, like, glimmering bones in the distance. So you can see, like, one guy is actually not that bad. When you get more than one, it's a serious problem. I really want these guys to drop a BONEWHEEL shield, though, because it looks really cool. And I've never had one before. Is that so much to ask? Let's get a couple more. We got one more who's ready for me. Definitely want to make sure you shield those attacks right off the bat. Could use some pyromancy, but instead I'm gonna play Dark Souls 101. I'm gonna goad them out one by one. BONEWHEEL shield! Fuck yeah, bitches. I'm one of you now. Let's equip BONEWHEEL shield in this spot. Oh, I don't have the strength! That hurts. Better Silver Knight shield back. Oh well. I might want to upgrade my strength just so I can use the BONEWHEEL shield. If it does scale with strength. This is a scary area down here, man. From this guy. I think we do have more BONEWHEEL shields. Sorry, more BONEWHEEL skeletons. As always, just making sure my computer doesn't freeze halfway through the recording here. I see one more. And is that like a Black Knight over there? Okay. This is like the most devilishly designed enemy I could possibly imagine. Such a pain in the ass. But we'll bust them open. Luckily, they have the same HP as the regular skeleton ones. Oh, God! I hate you, BONEWHEEL skeletons. Oh, fuck you. What did I just get hit by? I thought there was one that came up behind me. I don't feel too bad about using my Estus here because we're probably not going to need it for the next area. Alright, so we're going to run down here. I think I've... Oh, God! This laughter is not fake. It's forced, but it's forced to alleviate my nerves. Let's put it that way. I hate BONEWHEEL skeletons, man. One of them, not so bad, but like if you get 4 or 5 in an area, they can easily just rape your health. Alright, as we come down here, we will enter the boss fog, and we will face the easiest boss in the game, Pinwheel. You know what? I don't even need my Divine Morning Star here. Let's go back to my Quelaag's Fury Sword. I just think that's the way that I can do the most damage to him the quickest. So Pinwheel is literally a joke. I won't even have time to talk about him until we fight him. Or while we fight him. But basically, he's kind of the king of the necromancers down here. And he's going to do... He might have time to do a couple attacks, but pretty much what he's going to do is like clone himself. We're just going to keep an eye on who the real Pinwheel is. Not that it necessarily matters. And basically go to town on him. We should be able to kill him in like, I don't know, 10 seconds? Tops? Kind of a scary looking guy, but not a very scary guy. All things considered. And he will drop one of those masks for us. Character design on Pinwheel is actually pretty cool. He has like fireball attacks, but again, I don't foresee this being much of a problem. Basically just gonna go to 10. You can see I take out like half of his health per combo. Later we're gonna fight some enemies that actually are like Pinwheel. I killed him already. Didn't I? No, where is he? I've never seen this before. Teleportation technique. Okay, now we're just gonna kill him. Alright, that was super easy. His clones... Oh, that wasn't the real Pinwheel. Oh, yes, it was. Okay, I don't understand what happened during that boss fight. But in any case, we got the Rite of Kindling, which actually allows us to kindle bonfires past plus 10 Estus Flasks. So now we can go up to plus 15 and plus 20. And also, I should go over here, because he usually drops a mask. Mask of the Father, Mask of the Mother, Mask of the Child. Mask of the Mother. This will give us a little bit of extra HP, so we will equip that, but not yet, because we need to keep our Sunlight Maggot on for the next area. So we're going to climb up here. And I'm actually going to call the video there because we're getting ready to enter the Tomb of the Giants, which is a, sprawling area in its own right. Suffice to say, shit's dark. Yeah, the way I'm facing right now, that's exactly where we're going to be going. As always, thank you guys for watching. I might as well S this up so I don't forget when I start the next video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.